Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Tuesday, August 6, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with Monday Night Raw, broadcast live last night on Sci-Fi from the CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore. The Wyatt Six made their in-ring debut in the main event with Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Lumis defeating Chad Gable and the Creed brothers.
And now Lumis up to the top rope. Chad Gable's halfway across the ring. Gonna fly with the assist by Rowan. Here are your winners, Wyatt Six! I can guarantee you that Bray Wyatt is looking down, proud of what was accomplished tonight. The successful debut of the group known as the Wyatt Six.
Damian Priest was attacked in the ring by J.D. McDonough, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, and Carlito until Rhea Ripley made the save and Priest and Ripley cleared the ring.
Bobby's here! And she's making a beeline, and Dominic and Liv scrambling out of the ring. And Rhea Ripley's got Morgan. Rhea's got Morgan. Morgan sent her to the ring post. The Eradicator getting herself. Liv Morgan's gonna pay tonight on Raw. And Rhea Ripley tearing the table apart. Do what you're gonna do, mommy. Don't piss off Rhea Bloody Ripley, Liv Morgan.
The attack came after McDonough had been disqualified in his match against Priest due to outside interference from Balor. Balor, McDonough, Mysterio, Carlito, and Morgan were revealed to be the new lineup of Judgment Day earlier in the show. CM Punk was confronted during an in-ring promo by both Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre and went after McIntyre in the crowd. Alone in the ring, Rollins was then sneak attacked by Bronson Reed, who hit him with 6 tsunami splashes from the top turnbuckle before officials could intervene. Rollins was reported to be taken to the hospital as part of the angle. Randy Orton confronted new World Heavyweight Champion Gunther in the opening segment, and the two agreed to a title match at Bash in Berlin. Also on the show, Io Sky pinned Sonya Deville despite Damage Control being jumped in the back by Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark prior to the match. Deville and Stark also interfered on behalf of Baszler in Baszler's match against Lyra Valkyria, drawing a disqualification. In other results, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory beat the Awesome Truth, Sheamus pinned a returning Ludwig Kaiser, and the New Day beat the Authors of Pain. The AOP attacked Xavier Woods after the match, but Odyssey Jones made the save. In ratings news, SmackDown last Friday drew a total audience of 2.179 million to Fox, according to Programming Insider. That's up from the previous week's audience of 2.058 million. The rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic was a .60, also up from the previous week's rating of .52. AEW Rampage drew its lowest audience ever last Friday with 209,000 viewers tuning into TNT, according to Programming Insider. That's a loss of nearly one-third of the audience from the previous week, which was 306,000. The 18 to 49-year-old demo rating for Rampage was a .07, also down nearly a third from the previous week's rating of .10. And in news from outside the ring, Oscar-nominated director Gus Van Sant has signed on to direct Killing Gawker, the upcoming film about the legal battle between Hulk Hogan and Gawker, which resulted in the end of the website, according to Hollywood Reporter Jeff Snyder. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the wrestling news. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.